Good afternoon and welcome back to basevan.com. We've got this Renault Master to look around today, and as of a recent comment on my YouTube video, I have decided to be a bit slow with the camera today, maybe give you a bit more of a look around the van rather than just a session where I talk at you for 10 minutes. So without further ado, let's look at this underneath. We've got a Renault Master Minibus on the ramp today, a DCI 120, so obviously it's a G9U 2.5 litre, 120 horsepower, and it is actually very nice. So we'll start from the front. It's had recent control arms on both sides, not put on by us, but obviously it has been put on not too long ago. I'd probably say the caliper on that side is fairly recent as well. There's your G9U, your 2.5 litre. Nice engine, obviously belt driven. We've sold countless ones of these and they don't really come back with any problems. It's a new Vaux belt that's just gone on. 6-speed gearbox in good condition. General body underneath is very nice. On 2008, so coming up to near 10 years old. It's in pretty sweet condition. Sills nice and straight down the outside. As you can see, a little bit of the paint just coming off over here, but no corrosion as is usual for these vans, with there being a nice galvanised body. You don't really tend to see these rotting out at all, really. There's a little bit of bodywork damage just here, but it's not really too visible when you stood outside the van, only when you're looking at it from the underneath. Again, a bit more paint that's just come off there. But yeah, like I said, generally with these being galved underneath, the condition is always very good. Over here you've got your night heater, which on a control in the cab, among other things, which I'll show you very shortly. Tyres at the front, decent enough tread on them. And as for the other side as well, 3017, although to be fair, it's a good amount of paraffin on this tyre, so we'll probably look at that being replaced before it leaves the yard. The back, however, are all good. 33rd week of 2020, and the same goes for this side as well. So it just looks like that front left tyre really that's quite perished. We'll probably look at replacing that, so you won't really have any problems going forward. Obviously, it goes without saying that I need to wash the outside of the van if you're realising that it's a bit dirty. Do not worry. Yeah, that's really all there is to say about the outside. So let's go and have a look at the inside of the van. So, join me in the cab of this one. This 2008 Renault Master that I just showed you on the ramp. Just go for a couple of bits in here. Starting off with the mileage, which is 142,161. No warning lights on the dash, which is just lovely. That G9U 2.5 just ticking over very nicely as per. Spec wise, we've got workout windows down here, so no further electrics to go wrong, despite the fact that they are probably a little bit nicer. These do the trick, and they do the trick reliably. 6-speed manual transmission as well, which is okay. The 5-speed is probably a little bit bad, but 6-speed provides you that extra little bit of fuel economy, especially on long runs, so that's not really a bad thing. 62 mile an hour limit. Basically, you're not going to speed, which is also good. These very, very simple air vents. There is perfection in simplicity at times in these vans. The radio system is a standard Renault one. It needs a code, which is just brilliant. I'll be able to find that in due course. Pop the Handle up, obviously you've got the twin captain seats. I've left a microfiber cloth on there, which I will, for the time being, put in the door card. Yeah, you've got your twin captain seats. Obviously, if you want to put swivel bases on them, that is an option, you can do that. And then your drivers as well. Obviously gives you this little walkthrough into the back, where you'll find 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 passengers. So not quite the 12 that I said earlier, which is what it says on here. 9 passengers. Obviously there is scope to put an extra seat in here with the unwing rails, should you want to bump that up to 12 as well. You've got another bit of room down here, and you could also put a double seat in the front if you want to use it as a passenger minibus. You absolutely can. Skylight in the roof. Your night heater, which this van does have as well, is situated underneath the van and comes out of these little outlets at the bottom. You do have an extractor fan just up there, and you have a lighting around the outside. All of the switches for the things that I've just mentioned are down here. So you've got your intake, which probably just about here now, and the extract, which again you can hear now. Your reverse bleeper, which you can turn on and off, which is quite handy. Your heater, and then your controller, which is here, nice little thermostat. And your saloon lights, which you can have on the night mode, if you can just see the little blue light there. And then you can have them on the daytime mode as well. And that goes for more of them all the way around the vehicle. Hopping outside, let's pull this door open. You can see, as I sometimes find in these minibuses, you have a little cut out of the floor where they literally just cut a hole in the van, they keep the sill from before, and you get this nice sort of nifty little step which comes out if you pull that like so. That's your way into the side of the van. Obviously gives you a nice little easy step on the way in. And then if we go towards the back of the van, you can see we have a disabled access ramp as well. So whether you want to keep that or not is completely up to you, and depending on your circumstances. If you want to turn this into a camper van, probably want to get rid of that. It's not too much of a job really. There's bolts underneath here on the other side, and it's an easy job. We've done it hundreds of times. We could probably do it for you as well should you want to. So simply flick the power on here, press the right button, there you go, and the ramp will drop down like so. And then it's just a case of up and down at the bottom. So that's down, as you can see. This is the way that it comes down, and you can load up your wheelchair, push chairs, whatever you want to put on there, and back up we go. And you can wheel it back in the van, and then back up we go again. And always remember to switch this back off again when you're done, so that you don't drain the battery. That is a standard thing that happens. You drain the battery, you come to it the next day and it doesn't start because you've left the ramp isolator on. I've done it hundreds of times here, so don't be like me. Safe working load for this ramp, by the way, is obviously 350 kilograms, which should be absolutely fine for 99% of purposes. Maybe if you're looking at big bikes getting in the back, but then lengthways probably going to be over that anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't really worry about the safe working load, because I don't think you're going to go over it unless you're wheeling cement to the back of the van. So really, if you're looking for a relatively cost-effective, different because it's blue, Renault Master with the G9U engine that's going to serve you well as either a minibus, a camper van, or anything else that you might need it to, and this could be the one for you. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.